Good. Welcome to the Extremicon edition of the MidMo Nerd Show. I'm Gary from Extremicon.
Dakota from BK.
I'm Matt from Matalorians.
And we have a special guest this time around. We have Melanie Kohn,
Hey, you pronounced it right. Look at him.
the voice of Lucy from the Peanuts, and she actually did some other acting too.
Look, Dakota, they can see our facial expressions.
That's
Oh,
scary.
that's the first.
Right?
So, how's the convention been for you this weekend?
Really fun. Am I looking the right way? Should I
You
just-
just-
Yeah. Either way, look wherever you want.
You can talk to us, talk to the camera.
Okay.
We're not professionals.
No.
I'm not either.
Nor do we on TV either.
It's been really fun. The people are really nice, and that's one thing that's really important to us as guests.
Yeah.
Because we go all over the place, and sometimes we're treated better at some places over other places. So it's one of the things that's very important that we tell each other about.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And I know, like, Charlie Brown's not the biggest name anymore, so, like, getting people that love Charlie Brown somewhere.
Yeah.
I think that it appeals to any type of show and any genre,
Yeah.
and that's what I try to
You gotta find your
convey
audience.
to you and I when I reach out to promoters. Is that it's not necessarily, you don't have to necessarily have a show that's appealing toward things from the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
It could be anybody, anywhere. I do all kinds of different shows, not just Comic-Cons.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know my mom's been excited since Gary announced it.
Yeah, it's hard keeping that secret around, especially when you're excited about the guest that's coming.
Right.
I told everybody at work, it's like, I got Melanie Kohn got in touch with me. It's like, who's that? The voice of
Yeah.
Lucy.
So, speaking of that, you talked about how the artists talk to each other, and are there any particular artists that you like working with? Or
Oh, I was going to say, I thought you were going to say, are there any particular shows that you don't want to do?
No.
Yeah, let's put all that out in the air right now.
We're not the tea podcast.
Yeah.
We're going for the positivity part. Who do you like working with as you travel around and do all these shows?
Well, everybody. I mean, I don't even think I've met anybody that I haven't liked. I've done shows with Philo Barnhart. I hope I didn't butcher his name, his last name. Tom Cook. Greg Peters is here this weekend. He's a buddy of mine from Texas. He's so kind of quiet around the fans, but it's like, come on, look. He's huge.
Well, and that's the one thing with nerds, though, is we're all also socially awkward.
Yeah. Yeah. So it got, I watch him, I'm sitting next to him this weekend, and I watch him and I just kind of snicker to myself because he's being all quiet, and then the people that come up are being all quiet, and it's like, look, that's some of the biggest Animaniacs, Lilo and Stitch, all these huge things from the 90s, It's exciting. It's fun.
Yeah. You try to bring him out of his shell a little bit. Been right beside him.
Nah, just let him be. I mean, we know each other. Just let him, he lets me be, I let him be. It's like every once in a while, I said, how do I get up on the stage? Because, there were things in the way, and he goes, you jump. Oh. Little bits of humor come out.
Yeah, it's hard to read him when we all had dinner together, and I'm like, because we had another guest that was hard to read too, Andrew Rothenberg. I don't know if you ever worked with him. He was on Living Dead for the first season. He played Jim. It's like his face never changed. He's like, is he happy or not? And we took him to one of our favorite places to take everybody to, Uranus.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, he's like, I had a great time in Uranus. I'm like, oh, he had a fun time here. It was like something like that on us.
You should have heard the jokes I was telling your wife last night.
Oh, that would have been nice if she didn't leave me here.
Yeah, I know. She's like, whoops, I forgot my husband.
Best news I ever got is that Gary got abandoned.
We came back and he was sitting on the curb.
Like the episode of Futurama when the puppies.
Jesus.
I was just editing. I was like, I'll just sit here and edit the photos because usually I don't have time to do that, but I got plenty of time.
You did.
Which, try to take that negative to a positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you see anything that you liked at Uranus?
There was fudge. Actually, they had some peanut stuff there, and they had some stuff that like the stuff that Greg does, I was really surprised. I don't see peanut stuff everywhere, you know.
They're really good about this. A lot of people take it the wrong way. It used to be a different type of place at one time, and it had changed completely around to become a family-oriented place, and they love nostalgia now. They're big time about that.
Yeah.
That's what it is. We actually do a trick or treat there every year with them and dress up, and don't know what our theme is yet this year. We got so many cosplays now, it's ridiculous.
Well, I think it should be Charlie Brown.
I tried to talk her into it. I'll tell you a little secret. My wife semi-likes peanuts. She said, don't bust me out in front of her. And like,
Are you saying she doesn't want to cosplay as Lucy?
I told her to do that. It's like, we should do that. It's like,
that's not a problem. I actually, it kind of makes me feel better because then she's not like asking me a million questions when we're driving around. We just talk about other stuff.
hey, I'm good. This so far.
So, obviously, you're most well known for Lucy. Are there any other roles that you really enjoyed doing?
You
Even if they're
obviously
like smaller.
You didn't research me. You did not do your homework.
So,
Nope, we're here to ask
so
questions.
I'm the card game guy. I don't really go into other medias when I research stuff. So,
that's kind of puts me on the spot. No, this was I really didn't do much. I was in signed up with a casting agency when I was very young, and it kind of ended abruptly after this. So I was just an extra in a movie. That was the only other thing I did.
But what was the movie?
The Godfather.
I have not watched The Godfather yet.
What?
Ever? No, I haven't ever watched it, and I've been wanting to watch it forever, but now I got a reason to watch it now. I'm like, I know who that is.
I think you'll really appreciate the acting. I mean,
I'm
they
totally gonna
were,
go scary
they
teacher.
were,
Yeah.
Diane
Wait,
Keaton
you've never
and
seen-
Al Pacino were not known yet, and you can see that they already were brilliant actors.
Are we gonna see your brilliant acting too?
It was fun, but it wasn't really acting.
Of course, that was a different time in films too.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad, Garrett. I've never seen The Godfather either.
hey,
Now the truth comes
it's
I
like
watch
a
superhero
classic.
stuff.
That's not just me, right? It's a classic.
Yeah, it is a classic, and not everybody has seen it. I get a lot of people that come up to me that are like, "Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that." Usually not people that are already in their 50s.
I'm 34.
So you can maybe kind of get a pass, but Gary.
Right? But yeah, I still get people that haven't seen it. And then there are people that just know it backwards and forwards.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not at that level. But I have seen, honestly, all three of them. I really like them.
Yeah.
In my defense, there's a time frame where I worked like 3 or 4 jobs at a time, so my time was out
Not
there.
good enough.
No.
What year did Godfather come out?
72.
I wasn't alive. That's my excuse.
I was just barely alive.
But now it's on TV like every day,
That's fair.
multiple times a day.
Yeah, because it's a classic.
Okay, maybe I'll watch it this Friday. Or maybe Tuesday when I'm recovering from the
So,
con.
so we're saying next episode is the Godfather episode of the podcast where we all talk about it.
Then we have to do the gangster voices too.
I've been watching The Penguin. I've been practicing.
Actually, I know. One of our things on the show, we usually get sidetracked pretty easy. Penguin was pretty good. I got to
Yeah.
get that first episode already. It reminded me of the old gangster type movies.
It's definitely Sopranos. Definitely felt very Soprano.
Have you seen any of that yet?
No, not
I
yet.
haven't had time to.
No.
Because you're
Not
like in
really.
a con every week.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I do have some time during the week, but I have other stuff that I'm really into that I have to keep up on. I have to keep up on all the current trials. I mean, that's just my thing.
Hey, I mean, everybody kind of has their thing, so that's
Yeah.
cool.
That's my thing.
Do you go as far as like the true crime
Oh,
podcasts and stuff?
absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I do some of those. No.
Oh no! You ask me about any case, and I'll tell you. I went to Tennessee earlier this year, and I went to the Alcatraz East Museum, which is a true crime museum, and I I was like, oh, I already know that. I already know. I was walking past all these exhibits. The ones that I really wasn't up on were the gangster thing, like the old gangster crimes. I really didn't know much about those, but all the ones that you hear about, the famous ones. Yeah, I'm already up on all that.
So what other hobbies do you have?
True crime. No.
She commits to true
I mean,
crime.
that can take a lot of time. Like, there's so much, like, true crime stuff out there.
Yeah. Well, things are shifting, in my life right now. So I have some other hobbies that I'm not doing currently, but I'm just kind of going through a transition right now. So I'm right at the moment. I'm just focused on my work.
And obviously, you got a hold of me, so we can bring you here, which is great.
So, I obviously don't really talk with, like, the talent and stuff a lot, like, coming up to cons and stuff like that. So, it's probably going to be a pretty generic question, but has anybody ever asked you to, like, autograph, like, something really odd or some, like, obscure artifact of, like, Lucy that you've never thought would exist or anything like that?
No, I got something really interesting today, though. It was a sign. It was really cool. I had never seen anything like it. But, I mean, it wasn't weird. I know that I do shows with the voice of Charlie Brown from the mid-'70s, and one time somebody had a plunger. They were doing a Mario thing, so they had a plunger, and it was like they just handed it to him and said, hey, sign this. It's really difficult to sign things like that are small, they have a small space. So, I mean, I'm giving you somebody else's weird story, but
That's what Dakota
different.
thrives on.
Yep. Do people occasionally come around with, like, cells? Because I'm starting to see a lot of cells circulating around from, like, animations when they did them. Back when they did cell animations.
You know what? I think once. One time, yeah. I mean, those are, obviously they're expensive.
Yeah.
And they're, I mean, I've seen them on eBay and I've been tempted, and I probably will end up getting one at some point.
That's kind of what made me think of it, because when I found out you were coming, I went on eBay and looked up cells, and I was like, whew, those are... Those things can get up there in price.
Yeah, they are.
But she does have prints available to get.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're not cells, though. We did have a couple of them in my childhood home, but I can't even tell you how many years it's been since I left that home. Way, way, way older than you guys are, and not too much older. Younger, I should say. But, years and years ago, back in I left in the early 80s, so I have no idea what happened to them. But, I can only imagine what they would be worth now.
I know, like, the Rudolph stuff that came from Rudolph things, they sell those for like $250,000 a piece.
Well, these aren't that much, but yeah, that's crazy.
Rudolph has
Because I was watching a show on it, and they're like, originally they weren't going for that much, then they restored them and everything, and then after that, it just like, they sold it for like $20,000 a piece. First time around, then it went up like $150, then it went up to $200. It's like, because they became collector's items, and the original set from that stuff had got melted, and you could either get it. Japan had the original set because they did the stop motion for that. I don't know if you know that or not. But then they had a couple of pieces from the original stuff that the creators of the show had passed down to their family, and they got them restored.
Oh wow! No, I didn't know that.
I watch a lot. You may watch a lot of true crime. I watch a lot of stuff on toys and stuff like that.
But yeah, no, that Rudolph, like anything from that show or that movie is. We got an action figure that was made in the 2000s. That's still like a $150 action figure that we have on our eBay right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's one of the elves. It's not even Hermes. It's a little elf.
Yeah, that's that show. Like people will say, "Oh, the nostalgia of Peanuts," and I think of Rudolph and Frosty the Snowman. I mean, those were just they came out when I was a little kid.
My entire childhood was Charlie Brown, as you met my mom, the Charlie Brown super fan.
Yes.
Pretty sure she was the sign you were referring to.
Yes, that's right.
Comes in with the piece she's never seen before.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool, and it was big.
She's got a whole curio just full of Charlie Brown things from any... The one good thing about owning a toy store is when people sell us stuff, all the Charlie Brown stuff goes to my mom.
Someone sucks up to their mom.
Huh?
Said someone sucks up to their mom.
Absolutely.
Yeah, smart man.
Yeah. That woman will end me. Well, so what is the favorite episode of Charlie Brown you've been in?
I think the Easter one. The
Easter Beagle?
It's the Easter Beagle. I just think it was so cute and colorful, and Snoopy was dancing around with the bunnies, and it was just, I don't know, it was fun.
What's the favorite one that you haven't been in? Have you watched Past You?
Not much. Yeah.
Fair enough.
That explains why she doesn't like anything but the Rudolph Christmas specials. She never watched the Charlie Brown ones.
Like about 6 months ago or so, I was like, maybe I better watch this because people keep referring to it and I have no idea what they're talking about. The assumption is that I am the biggest Peanuts fan in the world, and although I do appreciate Peanuts very much, I haven't really followed it through the years.
It's the same equivalent of the fast food worker assuming like they love getting free food from the place, but they hate the food from their place.
Yep.
I'm not going to say I hate it. I'm not going to go that far, but I didn't really. I didn't pass it down to my kids as I probably should have, because just a couple years ago, my youngest, who's 27 now, he was like, just in a conversation we're having, just in passing, he says, "Oh, by the way, did I tell you that I work for Wild Brain Studios?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" He goes, "Yeah, I work on the Snoopy show." Wait, you just didn't, you just decided you weren't going to tell me this? It's just not, as you can see, it just has not been a big deal.
Yeah.
That's funny because, around here, especially in this part of Missouri, it's like we don't have a lot of famous people come, so everybody's like flipping out to meet you and everything.
But everybody's been so nice, like really nice.
And that's one of the things I like about my show is we are nice to our guests here. Not just, but just general, because we don't have people like you coming down here all the time.
Yeah, but it's not a put on. You guys are generally nice, good
That's
people.
the Midwest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm really, I'm seeing that because I haven't spent a lot of time in the Midwest. It's my first time in Missouri. I've been through Missouri, like driving through. I've spent a little bit of time in Kansas, and I haven't done a show there, but I spent a little time in Kansas a few years ago. And just in general in the Midwest, I just haven't spent a lot of time here, but I can see, I really observe people and wherever I go, and I can see that everybody's just nice and laid back and just good people.
Don't get an ego, Dakota.
Yeah, Dakota.
I'm originally from Texas. I'm kind of a Midwest transplant, so.
What do you call me? I'm like everywhere.
Well, yeah.
I was born and
New
raised.
York?
I was born and raised here. Born in Rolla, came all the way here.
Like 5 miles from here.
Yeah.
20-mile move.
Right.
Speaking of which, a little cut-through intro. Extremicon's going to be in Rolla next year.
Yeah, look at that. We announced
Yeah.
it very awkwardly at the con. Because as good as hype man Gary is, don't let him on the mic at his own con. That's why he hires people.
Yeah, that is why I hire people. Yeah, my voice only projects when I'm angry, so.
Yep.
So, do you have any plans for or what are your plans for future events coming up? Where are you going to be?
This guy really did not research me at all,
No,
did he?
no.
Do you just?
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Sorry.
He also just
He's
doesn't
gonna
research.
hate me after this. Please go on my Facebook. I got too many events to even talk about, almost every week.
Yeah, I was going to say, since
Which
I've
one are you
been
looking forward to most?
Florida.
Extremicon.
See, there we go.
I love
That's how you
going to
turn into a
Florida.
positive
I feel bad, because of what's happened there, and I hope the show is still happening. It's actually a sports card show, in 2 weeks from now. But again, I was just teasing you. I don't
I'm
have...
used to it. It's fine.
I don't have a whole lot set up for next year yet, but the end of this year is really full. December sometimes slows down a bit, but between now and mid-November, I'm pretty busy. Very busy.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah. So my Facebook is just Melanie Kohn, Voice of Lucy, and I list all my events on there as soon as they're announced.
See, that's what I was going for. I was trying to segue into her promoting.
Proud of you, buddy. Proud of you.
It's just easier because I go all over the place. I go all over the country. It's just easier to refer people to my Facebook so that they can see if I'm coming. I did have somebody come travel a couple of hours to see me here. He lives in Missouri, but it was still a trek.
Right.
So
Yeah, we
I
catch
appreciate
a
that.
lot of people from Springfield. I know you guys can't see them out in the crowd, but the Missouri Ghostbusters are all from Springfield. It's
I
like,
turned
we
the
love them
camera,
every
we
year.
would never get it set back
Yeah.
up right. Andrew would beat us.
Yeah. And,
Look, he's turning around to hit us.
yeah, I mean, we get a great Springfield crowd. We love Springfield. And there was a show you almost went to that was pretty close to Springfield. That one that was down in, I think it was Branson. It was like a fan one that you almost went to.
No, almost. What happened?
It was close to here.
Oh no. Well, maybe I don't recall.
But anyways, so it was like, we appreciate that Springfield crowd. Just want to say it again. What was your favorite thing to do at one of your shows?
It wasn't actually. What you mean on the trip?
Yeah,
Or
on the trip,
actually,
yeah.
okay. South Dakota.
South Dakota?
I got to go see Mount Rushmore. So that was on my bucket list, and I was just, that was so exciting for me. Yeah.
It's awesome. It's one of the things on my list too. But
It was incredible, and this was a couple of years ago. The weather was absolutely perfect. It was like 75 degrees, and blue sky and green, hills, and it was just so fresh and clean there, and the people were wonderful, and the promoters took us to see Mount Rushmore. So, yeah.
So we only had Uranus.
I know we only got to see Uranus here, but.
So many jokes, but I'm trying to keep this PG-13. I'm behaving over here.
We got a rule. It's like, if we do my shows, like it's a family-oriented shows, we have to be PG-13.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that the first one to drop the F-bomb on our show was a guest and not me. Because we were all taking bets if it was going to be me or not.
Yeah, so is this the first time you've been in Missouri?
It is. That's the first time I've been here, except for driving through.
So that's good. Hey, first guest on the Extremicon.
We're the MidMo Nerd Show right now, Gary.
Do what?
We're the MidMo Nerd Show right now, Gary.
No, we're at Extremicon.
Shh, they don't know that.
I just announced it on the thing.
we said it earlier.
They can see the background, Dakota. They can probably hear the background, too.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, well, we're glad we get to be the first convention we get to in Missouri.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I appreciate you inviting me.
So if anybody wants to reach out to you to contact you for an event,
I'm not going to attack you again. Don't
do
worry.
it. Do it.
She already said it, Dakota. She literally already said
No,
it.
she said you go to her Facebook to see her schedule. I didn't know if you
Yeah.
contacted her through Facebook also if
Yeah.
they want to schedule with you.
So my email is on there, or people can direct message me through my business page. I think my phone number might even be on there. But yeah, there are a few different ways to contact me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's your business page again? Is it just off the
It's
Facebook?
just
or-
Melanie Kohn, Voice of Lucy. That's really the main page that I use. My Instagram, I basically put, promotions of where I'm going to be or pictures of where I'm at.
And you're selling merchandise online too?
Yeah, I'm starting next week. Thank you. I forgot about that already because I just announced it. I am going to be selling merch online starting this coming week. I'm going to start listing it. ask me about hobbies. Right now, I don't really have time because this is going to be my thing now, where I'm going to be listing merch, but I also have to keep up with it because, once something's gone, then I have to make sure I take it off, or if I get something new, I have to make sure I put it on. So, I'm going to be doing that through the end of the year, through Christmas.
As two guys that run full-time online stores, we understand.
Yeah.
I haven't, but I know that like when I was looking for Lucy Pop, because I was going to see if you could sign it for me, they're hard to find.
Yes, they are. And people, sometimes I get this, when people ask me how much it is. Well, like I had two here with me. I had a regular number 51 and I had the Witch number 332, and I sold both of them. But I had to buy those retail, and they were hard to find.
They're not cheap either.
So I have to, unfortunately, my prices are high on my pops.
Most people that collect Funko Pops understand the markup. Like,
The people, the people that collect them, the people that don't really know,
Yeah, they don't
they're
get
the
it.
ones that give me that that shocked look, and it's like I feel bad, but then I have to feel like I feel like I have to justify myself. But yes, they're hard to find. A lot of the merch that I have that I'm gonna have listed is not going to be Funko Pops. I really only have a couple left, but I have other stuff, and they do make good Christmas gifts. So I will have those on, and I ran. It wasn't a store, but I did eBay several years ago. I listed about 100 things, so listing them was, very time consuming.
Yeah.
And then I started selling them, and I found myself running to the post office like every single day.
Yep.
Or I'd go to the post office and I'd come back. Oh, whoops! I made another sale, and I like to get things done. Like I don't like to procrastinate.
I had to with the full-time eBay store that I do. I literally had to make myself do it once a day.
Yeah.
If not, I was wasting so much gas making 3 or 4 trips a day.
And it takes time, as you know, it takes time to list it. It takes time to pack it up. It takes time to go to the post office. This is all, this can take up a good part of your day, as you know. So, and I don't know that, I'm going to be that busy with this. But
You never know, though.
Yeah, but I am going to be busy listing this stuff, that's for sure.
Well, that, and people are really particular about when they get their stuff in, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully you get a lot opening up the store right at the Christmas shopping season.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good time to open up shop and get the word out.
In the past, I haven't had a whole lot of luck selling online, but recently I've kind of been reassessing everything, and I don't do a whole lot of merch sales at these shows. I do primarily 8x10s. So that's why I decided I'm going to kind of shift things a little bit and offer merch online, and and we'll see how it goes after Christmas is over. We'll see how it goes if I'm going to continue that.
I wonder how long it's going to be before you sell something on your merch store and then they bring it to you to sign in person.
Well, that wouldn't happen because I do sign everything that I sell.
Okay.
I don't sell. I don't.
Yeah.
I know Kevin Eastman's merch store. He signs everything you sell.
Yeah.
He sells.
And I do run into a little bit of a problem sometimes at shows where, if it's not, because like I said, I do things that are not just Comic-Cons. I do other types of shows and other, events. But, if I do like a vendor show, I'll get like a dad with his son or whatever as an example. And his son will come up and, ooh, a Hot Wheels car. And then, he's like grabbing it. And I'm like, I'm inside. I'm going, and then the dad will go, oh, how much is this? And I'll go, that's a collectible, right? And he'll look at me like, huh? And I'll go, and I do autograph it. So, and he goes, huh? And I go, well, so I autograph it as a collectible. And so it's going to be a little bit more. I'm just letting you know in advance before I tell you the price. And they'll look at me like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, did you see my banner? So that happens to me sometimes where people don't realize and they think I'm just selling it, and it's going to be like, maybe $15 or $20 or something.
It's hard because I sell collectible toys for a living, so it's hard to kind of like explaining to people who come in every once in a while like why this one costs so much versus the one right next to it that looks almost the same.
And the difference because the little
quirkiness and the details.
Yes, yep. And I don't know, like sometimes I'll buy something and it's the same thing for me, but then, when I look it up or somebody explains it to me, like the red line, the Hot Wheels. Oh, that's why I paid $40 for that one, and I'm paying $25 for the other one.
I had to learn about treasure hunts this year.
Yeah.
Because me and Dad do comics and Hot Wheels, and Dad's big portion is the Hot Wheels of our store. So I'm slowly learning all the Hot Wheels lingo.
Yeah.
I particularly like when you went to that one box, and I got that one special edition for the regular price.
Yeah, we opened a brand new box, and it had 2 Bumblebees in it, and I grabbed one. I'm like, there's a $40 Hot Wheel in it, because it was the one chase in the box. I'm like, Gary, $5. Okay.
Oh, you got a good deal.
And he's like, hey, that was worth $40. I'm like, no, I don't know.
I didn't care. He got a deal. I made the money on it. I didn't care.
I mean, next to Peanuts, Transformers is my favorite.
Get that sucking up in, Gary.
The next guest, this is my I have Peanuts ever since I can remember.
Yeah, I have vivid Christmas and Halloween and everything else memories.
Especially Easter and Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
Great Pumpkin. Charlie Brown was on every year. I
know. Easter and Valentine's
And Easter and Valentine's Day.
Yep.
I knew the Easter Beagle.
I think I actually watched the first. Mind you, I was young. Seeing how I'm the oldest one besides. I'm the oldest one in here.
No, you're not. My dad's right there.
On the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Of you three?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't going to say anything else.
Yeah, she's the youngest on the podcast, Gary. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Read the room, Matt.
You read the room, Gary.
But when the other one, was it the Great Voyage? Or the Camp?
Oh, Race for Your Life. Yeah.
And I know why I can't speak that up. But I remember watching that actually, I think the first time it was on.
Yeah.
Which is,
I don't know if you were born yet.
what year was it?
It was 77.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it your Star Wars?
Oh, yeah. And you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I do.
You were
Vaguely,
young.
but I remember it. Yeah. Oh, I was really young. But it was, Charlie Brown, that was like normal back in them days. Every time they had a special, it was in watch TV.
Yeah.
Have any of you watched it?
I watched a lot of Charlie Brown.
Okay.
I'm also awkwardly out of questions, so.
So, sir, have you seen it?
That particular one, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I watched Charlie Brown a lot when I was younger.
But that was a classic.
It was a movie. It was a full-length movie, like in the movie theater. But
Yeah, it was a classic
it
movie,
was,
and you didn't watch it?
but it would have been in the movie theater like long before you were born.
Yeah.
So.
I'm just saying it was a classic movie. We're bashing people about classic movies on the show.
Hey, I was on your side a minute ago, Gary. You don't bring me into this. You could also watch me vividly on the video, space back into reality for a second.
So, which show are you looking forward to going to? You said Florida. Is there anyone after that?
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to going out to Washington because I see my kids. They're all in British Columbia. I'm doing a show that I've done before, but they have a spring edition and a fall edition, and I've never done their fall edition, so it'll be kind of new. And then I'm also going to be doing I'm going to be going to a museum near Seattle and doing a little appearance there where I do appearances sometimes where I read a book and then I do a Q&A and then I do autographs and selfies. So it's fun.
I didn't even think about that. That would have been great. I actually had Stephanie Denali.
Yeah.
I had her read out of the manga being young Goku. She's like, you really want to do this? I was like, yeah. And I got a package deal with her and she did all kinds of fun stuff with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really great. She signed everything. I had everything worked down and then we did other stupid things. Yeah, reading is great. I never think about that. We need to start promoting more about stuff like that. Because people only think you come in to sign, but you can do more than that because you can do shout-outs and everything for them. People don't think about that.
Yeah, because when we were at the FortCon, we got Peter Griffin to do shout-outs for us.
Oh, yeah. That was funny. There was a guy, real-life Peter Griffin. I don't know if you heard about him.
I've met one. I don't remember where it was though.
Yeah, I think he's from New York. He came down here. We had a thing called Folk Fandom.
Okay.
And he came to it, and he was funny.
Yeah.
It's funny because the guy who voiced Nappa was there, and everybody was going to Nappa. Then all of a sudden he came, and then everybody started going to him.
Oh, I felt so bad for Nappa because the line just shifted.
Yeah, I mean, like, big time.
Are you talking about the real voice actor?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it wasn't the voice actor for Peter
He's
Griffin.
the-
It was just a cosplayer.
Yeah, he's just
okay.
a cosplayer, but he's known as being the
Real life Peter Griffin.
Oh, I
Rob
met one.
Rob Franzese, I believe his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember where it was, but this guy was spot on.
Yeah.
The look, the voice, everything.
So we need to start doing those things with everybody, too.
Well, I'm afraid to ask any more questions, so we're
Oh, don't be afraid. I love rousing people. No.
He's used to it.
yeah.
That's all we do.
Let's see what happens if you ask me another question.
Dakota.
Mispronounce your name, see what happens.
Oh, yeah, Andrew almost died a minute ago.
And for everybody's information, Kohn, not Con. And it's sad, but I mispronounced it for a long time.
Let me think. I had one and then I forgot it. It's gone.
His researcher's just jacked up.
I know
Name research.
it's gone because you got nervous.
See, I came with 2 questions and to make smart aleck comments.
So
I'm
that's about
prepared.
every show. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Hey, I spent literally
Have you
minutes
done
coming up with the
any
questions I
other
was going to
voice
ask.
acting? Any other thing?
No, the only thing I've done is radio ads, but they were local. They were all local stations.
That would be good. Like, hey, the person listen to your radio ads.
Yeah, but I didn't really try to sound like the voice of Lucy.
I think it was really interesting because now with the voice actors shifting kind of, because it's more like a more bigger profession, I think, now. And it's like they have like the female voices doing like Naruto and obviously
Luffy.
Stephanie Dolly doing young Goku and Gohan. It's like they shifted back to having people there where you guys were actually young when you did the voices.
I think that
She's
was just
still young. What are you
something.
talking about, Gary?
I think that's something that Charles Schultz wanted. It was something that was not. It was not normal back then either. You know, it was just something that he wanted. He wanted kids to do the kids' voices.
How did you like working with Charles Schultz?
I didn't work with Charles Schultz. If you'd done your research, no, I'm just kidding. No, Charles Schultz.
It's not on me.
Charles Schultz was not involved in the recording. He was busy drawing in his studio. So no, we didn't meet him.
Oh, that's kind of sad. 'Cause, I mean,
Well, we worked with Bill Melendez and Lee Mendelson. They were awesome.
so if anybody ever asked to do a career with voice acting again, would you take it?
If anybody asks what,
If you wanted to be in something voice acting again, would you take it?
sure I would. A lot of people have offered me, but nothing has happened yet. You know, I don't know if they're asking me just to be nice or if they are serious, but nothing has come to fruition yet.
If we ever have a voice acting cast, we will have you in it, but don't look anytime soon for anything like that.
We start the Extremicon anime.
Announced
here.
is going crazy.
Announced here officially.
Yeah,
The Extremicon anime.
Wait, what?
No, we're just kind of signing up Gary for things right
Okay.
now. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're announcing things that aren't going to happen. That way Gary has to answer questions later. I heard about Extremicon anime. I'm just going to text Matt.
Stick figure theater way back in the day, wasn't that on MTV, I think? And it's like, yeah, that would be what you got.
Yeah.
It's like, they had all kinds of voice actors in stupid anime. It looked worse than South Park.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Dakota, ask a
Come
question.
on, Dakota.
Come on, Dakota.
Well, why am I the one who has to ask all the questions?
I just asked her.
I led with my questions.
You stuck your foot in your mouth, though.
Yeah. I only have 1 foot left, and I kind of need it. But I can't really think of anything else. I mean, if you want me to keep asking questions, I'm going to start asking about how airlines are to fly from event to event. And we don't want that.
Well, I do have a question. Do you really like blue as your favorite color?
It's what?
Is blue your favorite color?
It's one of them. Why?
Well, just because, Lucy's blue. Just kind of goes with the theme.
So it should be. Green, purple, and blue. Yeah. That color green right there that I'm looking at that obviously the people that are watching this can't see.
Yeah.
Or maybe they can see it. Or can they see that?
If you guys came to Extremicon, you'd come in the audience to see.
Yes. You good?
Yeah, I like the lime green and the purple, like the deep purple and blue.
I'm sure that is a common question everybody would ask.
No.
No? Really?
No.
I'm surprised.
Why?
Yeah, wait.
And no, I'm
I
not
don't think-
crabby. Oh, well.
No, I just like because, Lucy's always associated with blue for the most part, so.
I know, but I'm not Lucy. No, I do. I do like blue. It became my favorite color probably, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago. I always liked green, but, I still like green.
All right, Gary's running on fumes here. He's asking favorite color questions.
Well, actually, that was a question I was really going to
Was
ask
it?
in the beginning,
Okay.
but I was trying to give Dakota a chance to
To put my other foot in my mouth? Yeah, okay. Thanks.
because and I know this isn't the same thing, but like the Power Rangers, they're always asking what their favorite color is. The Power Rangers. So
I mean, they've crossed over with everything else. Charlie Brown's on the list, probably.
Like you'd assume like Charlie Brown's like, hey, is your favorite color yellow or black? Which I almost talked my wife into trying to get blue shirts for us, and we like put the psychiatrist on the back, and then she never went through with it. Because usually like this one we have heroes, and then the people that were running around were the sidekicks.
You can see our faces
And then
in
we
the
do
background
like
now.
different shirts for them. But this year we actually just did blockheads.
I know. It turned out cute.
Figured something different. We're trying to do themes now with all our guests,
Yeah.
which would be nice. Like, we're trying to encourage them to go over and say, hey, sign the shirt.
All right, well,
Dude,
since I think we're all out of questions, probably about time to wrap it up.
So, what's the date on your Florida show?
Oh, well, next weekend I'm going to be in Oklahoma. I'm going to be in McAllister, Oklahoma. And then the following weekend I'll be in Florida at the Bay Area card show.
Okay, so make sure you guys love the 5 followers we got.
We get like 10 an episode.
Oh, 10
Yeah, we're
episodes?
10.
Oh, we went up.
Yeah, we're doing good.
So if you guys are close to that area or 10 followers, come and see her.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time to come on and share your experience and harass me and answer their questions.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Then you just call Dakota a blockhead for me.
I've earned it at this point.
Yeah. But it is great having you here. Who knows, when we do a reunion show, we might have you back.
Sounds great.
Like, there's been certain guests that we've had throughout the years, like, yeah, we'd definitely love to have them back. So
I know,
we're hoping to do that one day.
We'll eventually teach Gary how an outro works.
And do what?
We'll eventually teach Gary how an outro works.
Outro?
Yeah.
All right, so
Can't do the normal
Is this
ending.
the
Would you like
outro?
We're trying to do an outro.
we're trying to, but Gary, he really enjoys talking. He really does.
So
Once I start
being in
talking,
the
I don't stop.
So being in the Midwest for the first time, this is what we're calling a Missouri goodbye. So where none of us know how to like end a conversation without just
Oh.
leaving. Yeah,
Oh, well, I'll end it then.
there we go. Look at that.
Hey,
Well, thank you. I appreciate you guys having me on, and appreciate you all who are listening or watching. And hopefully I'll get to talk to you again soon.
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.